Alright, we're coming on to part 2 of the RM guide. We will be looking at skills. Within the skills, I'm also going to be commenting about buff cycling and what is expected for you to do more damage. Okay, so let's start with the basics. As always, Iron Body is your main tool. This is pretty much a staple for all L-boys. All the L-boys should be running this skill 100% of the time. If should it be on transcendent slot or not, it would be up to you. I personally, with the current meta that we have, yes, 100% I would be running on T slot. Other options could be more damage or utility, up to you. If I don't run T slot Iron Buddy, I run Triple Saver on T slot, right? That will be that. Okay, applications pretty much Iron Body. It's your 2v1 tool. You get Stoic out of it. You ignore pretty much all the hits on for 6 seconds, right? You get a speed boost, and you also get 20% red damage. Moving on to the next one would be Magic Counter. Well, Magic Counter in general pretty much is your trading tool. You can hold it for about a second, pretty much, second and a half. As you can see, if you get hit in front of you, you do a counter, giving you iframes, and if not, well, you pretty much just get out of it, right? As you can see there. What's the application of that? Pretty much trading, taking a hit, you do the iframe, you ignore, or you pretty much ignore a nuke or anything that could hurt you at that point in time. Other option would be like to stall within a corner, right? You take a couple of hits. This does link into other skills. For example, Iron Body, right? It could be counter into like splash explosion, counter into the roll, right? It does have a small gap depending on the skill that you're using, but the principle is there. Pretty much you use it to trade, take a hit, gather some MP, taking a Haunting Spirit for free, pretty much. Because, well, as you can see, it doesn't cost that much. You get your debuff, which allows you to clock 5 MP. I mean, pretty much 10 MP in the within 5 seconds. You get a +2 buff, pretty much. Moving on, next one, pretty much roll. iframe option. Basic for all the L boys. Personally, I think it can be used in Room Master. I don't really like using it because it's slow, but up to you. I prefer using counter personally, right? Counter can be slid off ledges, as you can see here, so you can be protected to a degree, right? So yeah, that's the main thing to do with those two buttons. Next one, crit sword, pretty much damage buff. That's all it does, right? It's an okay confirm most of the time whenever you do an extra and you follow up with that. A lot of people do that, so you can start doing more damage, right? There's two variations. You got the base one and the mod one. The base one gives you, a crit damage buff and a critical rate buff. The mod one just gives you a higher critical damage buff, right? That's pretty much it. That's the main thing. It does linger slightly, not that much. The moment that the sword touches the ground, it's when the hitbox happens, right? Okay, now let's get into the other buttons that could happen, or that could be used. You got Explosive Fist, and you got Flame Rune. Explosive Fist, honestly, I don't like it. I really don't like it. Like, it costs a lot for what it does. It beats a lot of MP. And, the Stoic is not that good on it. Flame Rune, it's alright. It can be used as a confirm tool, as you can see, right? It does debuff them, so you can use that to trigger your passive. But we'll touch that in a couple of minutes. It can be slid down, platforms, as you can see there. It doesn't do that much besides that, pretty much, right? As for the trades, it has absorbing. But you can see it doesn't do anything, right? It's just for the initial cast. So, yeah, it's not that good of an option. Personally, I don't use it. If it was Ice Rune, maybe I would use it, but it's not, so. We lost that a long time ago. So, moving to the other options that we may have. We have Enchant Break. Honestly, Enchant Break is not that good. It got nerfed alright. Like, it's really whatever, as you can see. It does lower it is good for, like, like cheese builds that are use dark, and when like anything elemental related proc build could work, but in twos it's not that good. Not at all. Alright. So let's go into special actives. The main topic of Room Master. Your character pretty much involves spamming special actives. That's what you do. That's the main thing that is gonna be doing all of the game as soon as you got MP. Right. So what's the primary special active that you're gonna be using for neutral? That will be pretty much this one, right? Enchant Dash. So what does it do? Enchant Dash buffs your sword if it hits with a sword aura, either freeze, poison, or fire. So, and it's a boom. As you can see, it does have a good duration. You can use it off ledges to get people, right? So that's the main thing. It also does a good, powerful single hit. It's pretty much vitality, so it doesn't cost that much. And if it hits, it does have a good refund, right? It's about a 20 MP that you get back. So the effective cost is relatively cheap, right? So next one would be okay, Triple Saber. So Triple Saber is like your main tool to proc a shield, to do damage, to stop mana breaks. It does have a good lingering hitbox. Overall, it's a really strong button. I think it's definitely his best tenacity in general. I think definitely. So it just pulls in enemies, does that suction. Throughout that suction, they cannot mana break, they cannot escape skill. So they're guaranteed to take the last hit, which is the damage, right? That's what it does. It procs the shield. It does have a lingering hitbox. It does follow you if you drop platforms, right? This is a little bit more, a little bit more complicated to demonstrate, but I'll try. Oh, yeah, see that. Well, anyway. So, for example, if I, how can I show this effectively? Never mind, I suck. Okay, okay. So, let's say if I launch him and I slide this, you can see like they don't get hit right away up here. So the hitboxes follow me all the way down here. So if I jump with it, they would pretty much get hit on the top as well. It's tricky. It doesn't happen that much unless you like actually like slide it most of the time. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a big box in front of you, pretty much, when it comes to damage. It lingers, so it's good for punishing awakening. It's good for punishing escape skills. Overall, really good, solid button, right? Best button in my opinion that he has when it comes to tenacities. Moving on, Splash Explosion. Splash Explosion has two options, right? You can do the unmodded version. I personally like unmodded version a lot because, well, it's mobile. You're not stuck in one place. You're pretty much leaving a hitbox on them for you to follow up on. It's good for stuffing awakenings to a degree. It's not as safe as, for example, like, Triple Saber, but it's a good option. Most of the time, it's gonna be used like this, off of as a chain to get people. You do it off platforms, and well, it has multiple applications, right? It does have a good hitbox, as you can see. So that's the main application of that. Then you have the version, which is the modded version. The modded version creates a big circle around you, right? As you can see there. Hitbox wise, it's pretty good. As you can see, it reaches 2 platforms high and 2 platforms below. It's a single hit, so it can be used to follow up like that, right? And it buffs you with elemental resistances. If you have GOE, or speed buff from title, you can use it as a boom, right? I'm gonna launch this guy all the way from the top. As you can see, slight boom, right? If I have awakening, bigger boom when it comes down to it, right? Because I can get out of the animation faster. Same story, like if you hold forward, it automatically cancels. If you do the whole thing, well, you're safe for most of the time, right? Same thing applies with this one, but it has less iframes, so it's up to you how you use it. Same with triple saber. As you can see, animation canceling does affect. Ancient dash doesn't have that many iframes, so keep that in mind. All right, next skill. We're gonna be talking about Luna Blade. Luna Blade is your main nuke option most of the time. It's a single hit. It does a lot of damage. It burns MP. It has a humongous hitbox. It's got good refund. Like if I throw it like this, as you can see, it hits there. If I move forward a little bit more, oh, my bad. So it can be used to like snipe two people, as you can see there. You can use it. The hitbox can be used backwards, as you can see there. So learning the Luna Blade lineups is really important when it comes down to, you know, how to you know, line up this pretty much big skill. You got two people from there, right? So learning that is really important. Same thing from like angles. So it does collide with platforms, right? If I do it here, it's gonna explode here, right? If I do it a little bit more forward, it doesn't clash with anything, so it goes all the way down. So yeah, learning those lineups is really important to do. It resets the mana break sometimes, the moment that it hits. Or I mean, if you do Luna Blade into triple saber, you're gonna reset anyway. So yeah. So yeah, it's your main damage option. It's really good for controlling enemy resources. It does have the good trait of having, you know, doing mental damage to the enemy team, because, well, it's like, not only did I, you know, eat a 400k, 600k nuke, I'm also paying like 60 MP for it, right? So it's really punishing. About buff cycles, I'm gonna show you guys in a bit, right? But let's continue. You got Runefield. So Runefield is really good, really strong. I'm gonna show you the main application of Runefield real quick. So we're gonna leave a guy all the way up here, and the other guys we're gonna put him, like, for example, here, one here in the middle, and one down here, one down here. Okay, so Runefield covers a lot of ground. Like, as we can see here, there's 3 people here, right? Even 4. If I do it from here, all 4 of them get hit. So it's a big area denial. It lingers. It's really cheap. It buffs you up. It has good refund, as you can see there. It's a single hit, so props to that. And it has a really high hitbox, right? I'm gonna do it like, I'm gonna throw this guy here. Oh, it doesn't allow me to do it, huh? Wait, they don't? Yeah, it doesn't allow me to do it. Damn, this sucks. But yeah, anyways, like, it does cover a lot of ground, and it can be slid, right? You can slide it. Let's say if I have Phoenix Talon up and have this, I can slide it really far, right? Let's put this guy over here, and we gonna do it from here. Okay, so from here, and it lingers, right? So really strong button in general. You should be using it specifically during a skill chain. I'm gonna go for a topic in a bit, but yeah, this button is extremely good. You should be using it. If you don't use it, well, up to preference, right? But I like it because of the versatility that it brings to the table. Next button would be Phoenix Talon. Phoenix Talon is extremely strong, like really strong. So what's the main usage of it? Number 1, it's a buff. Number 2, it's extremely MP efficient. So if I hit, let's say, 2 people, I'm gonna bring this guy all the way to the left, right, so we can show. So look, I'm full MP. I press it back to full MP. Luna Blade, triple saber, go back. Another Luna Blade back, and as you can see, it's extremely strong, right? It does a lot of refund. It has a good hitbox, and you can follow up with anything pretty much, right? So it's really one of your main buttons to press. The moment that you have Phoenix Talon, you should not be afraid of pressing it. In reality, you just press it, right? It's one of those buttons that you're like, damn, you can do pretty much anything with this. As you can see, right? So yeah, Does damage, extremely cheap, goes positive, it's a boom. So it does everything, pretty much, right? So let's move on into other okay options that you can bring. Windblade is alright if you don't really feel like using any actives beside Iron Body and Crit Sword or Roll, then you can bring Windblade. It's a single hit. Burn some MP. It can be pressed again to shoot it again. It has good refund, as you can see. Okay, refund. So yeah, in general, okay button to press. It's alright to bring. You can link it into Luna Blade, for example. And that's pretty much minus 85 MP on them. Assuming that they have 400 base. We got... What else do we have? Extreme Room Buster is not that good. Lodestar is not that good. Stormblade has its other applications, but it's not that good either. Your other off nuke that you can bring is this. Sword Fire. It does have good hit, a good damage ratio, assuming that you land all of the hits, right? As you can see. But it's not that commonly used. It's definitely doable, but it's not commonly used. The other options that you may have, personally, well, I don't like Rising Flash, but some people do. As you can see, if you put in between two blades, it does good damage, right? However, most people can mash out of it. You have to like follow up into it. Mod Rising Slash, it's a little bit more usable on the side. For example, you would be able to do like Rising Slash into Triple Saber, or vice versa, Triple Saber into Rising Slash to guarantee more hits, right? So overall, it can be used, right? It's not useless, but it's a niche pick, right? Really niche. So let's get into the topic of the new button that they just revamped, Overgeyser. I think Overgeyser like has potential. They increase the overall multiplier of the hits, so it kind of does okay damage for what it does, and it's a big area in which you're gonna be doing damage. It's fast, and well, most of all, it can hit airborne opponents, right? It has good height, as you can see there. I'm not sure if it goes all the way up there. No, it doesn't. Does it? Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, it does. Okay, great. So yeah, it's another anti-air option. For example, like you could do like I'm not sure, like this into a Luna Blade, into this, right? The options are pretty much there. It's up to your creativity on how to use it. So that will be the buttons that you can use, or skills that you can use, and how they're normally applied. So now let's touch the topic of buffing and skill chaining. All right. So when it comes to buffing, you have to keep in mind pretty much three things that are procced as a passive, and then you have to keep three other things that are used manually, right? So number one, you want to put fire on them because you get an 8% damage increase. That'll be number one, right? You want to put magic chain. You see that little circle? That's magic chain. You have a set chance to proc it. It's about 50% chance, so fairly common for it to be up. It increases your magic damage. It reduces your defenses. It's really good, right? It should be prioritized, right? Aside from that, you have magic proficiency. Magic proficiency is pretty much where most of your critical damage is coming. That's the main reason why you don't really want to use crit damage on Rune Master. It's because, well, you kind of get diminishing returns from all the crit damage that you have. So that's why you go all skill damage. So what's the how does it happen? Pretty much by doing magical damage, as you can see there. It automatically gives me a stack. So this also applies to skills, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check real quick. As you can see, it does, right? It does have an internal cooldown of 0.5 seconds for it to be triggered again. Oh, well, 1 second, sorry. So how do I get this everything together, right? So for example, if I have somebody in the corner, right? So doing this combo, for example, gives you 1 stack every time that you launch him, right? So you want to get 5 stacks, all right? So for example, I can do one stack, 2 stacks, 3 stacks, 4 stacks, 5 stacks. Okay, the moment that I hit 5 stacks, I can drop Luna Blade, for example, right? Or, you know, Triple Saber. So you want to keep that in mind. So that's how you play with your runes, right? So, for example, I would be able to, like, do this, catch him, do a couple of Z's. Oh, touch the room, that's another sack, okay? Magic Chain, there you go, another sack, okay? Now, it's on fire, I got all my sacks up, and my whole thing up, right? Everything is up. So, the moment that I do a fully buff Luna Blade, is gonna do a lot of damage. Right? As you can see there. So, well, Runefield did a lot more because it's hitting 3 people. But pretty much a single hit is doing 22 million. Obviously on low, this is different in arena, but you catch my drift. So, your overall game plan or buffing cycle would be pretty much like, while doing combos, dropping a rune or 2 to guarantee that you're getting your crit damage. And now I have everything up, I can just do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, for quick nuking, number 1 is Crit Sword, Awakening, Luna Blade, right? That's pretty much your quick nuking. If you are trying to guarantee a lot of damage, burst damage that is gonna kill somebody, right? That's where you start playing around with their MP breaking, right? So like 1, 2, Triple Saber, pull it back into a rune. I messed up there. Sorry. I'll redo that again. Sometimes the fraction of that doesn't quite work. So for example, that'll be 1, 3 stacks by now. Triple Saber, Luna Blade, that's 5 stacks. And I did a lot of damage, right? Or if you want to do it on a skill version of it, right, it will be like, for example, this. As you can see, right? So that will be pretty much skill chaining most of the time. If you're gonna be doing a skill chain on 2 people or 3 people, I mean 2 people, right? You're pretty much looking at you know, on a with Phoenix Talon. You start with Phoenix Talon, right? That would be like a normal guaranteed combo. You're killing them 100%. You're resetting their mana break bar with Triple Saber. So yeah, as we can see here, once again, Crit Sword. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, that's pretty much your main killing option. You can mix it in between, right? Like for example, you can start with Luna Blade if they're in super armor. So yeah, the options are there, right? You have to pretty much adjust to the situation depending on where are they, how you want to do it, if there's altitude, if they're in different platforms, right? That's pretty much the story, right? So let's say I put this guy over here, I bring this other guy from here, right? So I would be able to like do Runefield, this Luna Blade to hit both of them, Triple Saber to track this guy, PT, and I got that guy, right? So the options are there. You can just pretty much use it as you see fit. For overall comboing, how to get your passives up, as I mentioned, this combo, that's everything. You can do this variation when it comes to like X dropping on a corner. You can do it this way. Right? And you can mix it up. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's overall how to use skills, how to do the, you know, basic cycling, how to do use your buttons in general, right? Keep in mind that every time that you press a rune skill, you get a second off on your, you know, your skills, as you can see. So yeah, keep that in mind. That's why you're, you know, rewarded by pressing multiple buttons at the same time, or waving them together. That's also why your neutral is not that strong. It's because, well, all of your strengths come within your special active. So keep that in mind. If you have any questions, let me know. And please look at the guide that we all made as a community. That'll be pretty much all for Rune Master skills and commands and skills. I'll try to drop a video on like overall general gameplay, on well how it plays, and then yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you so much.